I think we're going to be going live. All right, let me make sure that we are streaming live on all channels. I think we're in business. I believe we are in business. Let me double check. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Can you believe it's Thursday? And if you're watching this live, the description is for the workshop, the free 2-hour workshop that we will be hosting, myself, as well as the CEO of the Napoleon Hill Institute, Cleona O'Hara, this Saturday, the day after tomorrow. So if you're watching this live, please join us for our workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop. When I edit this, no, I'm not going to edit this. I will add, after this live stream is over, I'm going to add the link to join, the registration link, totally free. It's this Saturday, September 28th. It's a 2-hour free workshop all about how to overcome the fear, the negative self-talk, all of the blocks that hold us back. It was really inspired by Napoleon Hill's book, Outwitting the Devil. This book right here, if you have never read it, please hold. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. This book is so powerful, and the workbook is powerful too. I'm going to do a course on it, so you just stay tuned. But the 6 Ghosts of Fear as well that he talks about in Think and Grow Rich. Again, the OG book. This right here, Roadmap to Life. If you truly go after, if you're a go-getter, if you are into goal setting and personal development and just growing in general, those 2 books right there have been a game changer for me. I mean, all of Napoleon Hill's writings is really are good, but Think and Grow Rich, but Outwitting the Devil. I think I might like Outwitting the Devil better because, as I have shared before, I have definitely outwitted the devil in my addiction. That's how they get you. But addictions can be substance, or it could be your thoughts, right? Chemically dependent on fear, anger, worry, anxiety, doubt. Anyways, that was a long way to say, if you're watching this live, the description on this video right now is prepared for my Saturday workshop, this Saturday, September 28th, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, with myself and the CEO of the Napoleon Hill Institute, Cleona O'Hara. It is called Drifter to Leader, as you can see in this title. But if you're watching the replay, it will be changed back to what we're doing today. Elsie Lincoln Benedict's How to Get Anything You Want. This is video number 8 in the series of me reading this book and just sharing my notes. This is such a powerful book. I love her, Elsie Lincoln Benedict. The book is How to Get Anything You Want. We are still on lesson 1. There's 7 lessons or 7 chapters in this book. The first lesson is Predominant Moods Make Your Life. And we left off last week on her saying, the moment we cease looking outside of us, away from, the moment we cease looking outside of, away from, beyond, or behind ourselves for the cause of our undesirable financial, physical, intellectual, or material condition, we have taken a long step toward the conditions we desire. So basically, she's saying the moment you realize that the issues are not in this outside world, they're within. When we take full responsibility, okay? We have the power. Once we realize it's within, we have the power. So are you living from the inside out or from the outside in? The moment you cease looking outside of yourself for the situations in your life, for the reason, once you stop blaming the outside world or pointing fingers or thinking it's the outside world that is dictating your inner world and all of your results, the moment you realize it's all from within is the moment your life changes, she says. The moment we begin to inquire within for the cause of our external conditions, we begin to progress. My book is wet. I spilled coffee on it this morning. Okay. The moment we begin to inquire within for the cause of our external conditions, we begin to progress. As we look honestly for their roots in the soil of the past thoughts and feelings, long-held resentments, fears, hates, or jealousies, we discover the exact cause of our troubles. And I spoke about this last time. What resentments are you holding? What grievances are heavy in your heart? Where have you been hurt? And you might be justified in your pain or your anger. However, are you looking to heal it? I know it's hard because it feels like, no, I don't want to heal it, Carla, because once I heal it, then what, they get away with it or whatever. It's like, we heard actually in the coaches call today at the Napoleon Hill Institute, the certified coaches, we all get on a business call. And we were talking about, there was a coaching session we were studying, right? Because we're always learning to be the best coaches we can be. And it was about this gentleman who had a lot of rage and anger towards his ex-wife. And the coach was really reframing it like, Like Napoleon Hill says, within every adversity, every heartbreak, every trouble lies within it a seed of an equal or equivalent or better benefit, like an equivalent or greater benefit. So whatever we're going through lies the seed within it, if we choose to nurture that seed and find the good in it, get the gold out. But it's like when crap happens to us, it's like a pile of poop. But within that poop is always a little golden nugget. But sometimes we don't want to dig in the poop for the golden nugget, and that's our problem. But it's there. We can get the gold out of it. Are we going to mine the gold out of the crappy situation that happened, or are we just going to leave the crap here? Sadhguru talks so great about this. He goes, people have crap happen to them. I think he uses, we can use other words, colorful words, but say that a really poopy situation happened to you. And there's one of two ways we can deal with it. Some people, maybe it's us, maybe it's other people, we walk around and say, look at this pile of poo-poo that happened to me. Smell it. It's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, you would agree it stinks, huh? And it does. It smells. It's terrible. It's bad. Look at my poop. Or there's another option. We can say, look at this poop. How can I turn this into the fertilizer and grow? Use this crap that happened to me as a foundation for something good to grow out of it. It's transmuting it, right? Being the alchemist of your life. Transmuting something of a lower nature to something of a higher nature. So what areas, let's do some self-inquiry. Where do you need to forgive, release, let go? Do some work around, right? It's okay to have these emotions, these feelings, and don't feel guilty. Allow yourself to feel angry, hurt, betrayed. But what's next? What do you want? Let's focus on what we want. She's saying, the hour when we begin to reverse these attitudes, to feel courage instead of fear, love instead of hate, forgiveness instead of resentment, the conditions around us begin to reverse themselves and soon become a decided change for the better. Start today to improve your own moods. Within a week, you will note that several joys of real importance have come to you. Joys that have passed you by, joys you have longed for but kept at a distance through your wrong attitudes of mind and heart. So if there's been long-held joys, you just haven't been able to really receive what you truly want, let's look at the blocks. They're not out here. It's not because of her, him, so-and-so, them, this group, that circumstance. It's within. Remember, we are a magnet. Our emotions are a magnet. And if we are emotionally involved in resentments, anger, hatred, bitterness, judgment, those are blocks to all the greatness we want to receive. And I know I mentioned it on my last video. I have that release to receive offer, the release to receive, to release, to let go, to unblock, to forgive. So if you're interested in that, I put it in the description below. So if you want to release, is there something that, I don't care if it's a heartbreak from when you were 20 years old, now you're 50 and it's still like buried deep inside. I use these powerful therapeutic modalities, EMDR, IFS, internal family systems, these somatic exercises that can truly unlock and release. I've been through it myself, and obviously I'm a licensed therapist, so I walk people through that journey. But what I realized is once we release, we can receive. But a lot of times, myself included, I want to receive, but I don't want to release, right? I don't want to release anything. I don't want to forgive anything. My anger is justified. No, as A Course in Miracles says, our anger is never justified. Anger is never justified. And we must forgive. Well, it's not even like we must. It's forgiveness is the way. Releasing, letting go, surrendering. And we don't have to, but we will suffer the consequences. We will experience the consequences, okay? So start today to improve your own moods. If you adhere to the right attitudes for 3 months, your friends will begin to exclaim over the beautiful change in you. If you lengthen it to 6 months, the world will be an entirely different and wonderful place. If you keep it for a year, not without a single falling from grace, of course, but by getting right back up every time you fall down, life will be glorious. So she's saying, this book was written almost 100 years ago. And she's saying, if you can really switch your mood, start feeding your mind and heart with positive things, not focusing any longer on what you don't want, but focusing on what you do want, for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year. And she's saying, of course, it's not that you'll be perfect. It's just you'll keep getting back up. That's why, if you've ever wondered, coaching programs are so effective. I've taken them and they've changed my life, right? So at the Napoleon Hill Institute, we do offer, there's the self-confidence camp. That's an 8-week program, like a 2-month program. And then there's the Think and Grow Rich mentorship program. That's an 8-month program. And that's why we have so many transformations. It's like morning calls, daily calls, and it is a very interactive mentorship. So if you're interested in joining a program, if you've never taken a program before, if you're scared to take a program, message me. I'll actually put the link to book a free call with me to answer any questions you have. But if you're looking for a program to study this material, if anything I say resonates and you're just not a part of a community, or you're not studying something, or you kind of want accountability, I get money back guarantee. Money back guarantee. If you've never joined a program before, a coaching program, you'll be with me for I offer 6 months of my group coaching, but you'll get 8 months of the whole community's group coaching, the Napoleon Hill Institute. So it's really powerful. Anyways, it's because, when you find something that works, you just want to share it with everybody. And I've been in the game a long time, right? Like I started this when I was 19. I'm 41 now. I've seen it all. I've invested. I've gone around the block. And I always say Napoleon Hill Institute is like end game. It's like, if you're into personal development, this is the godfather of personal development, Napoleon Hill. Everybody out there has every which way of teaching, and great. Everybody should make their own way. But I really like to stick to the material and make it my own, of course. But the Napoleon Hill Institute is the only place in the world that can teach. We have the license to coach Napoleon Hill's material. So we work closely with the Napoleon Hill Foundation, who, offers classes and certifications, but we are the only institution, the Napoleon Hill Institute, that can coach programs from Napoleon Hill's material, which is so cool. And it's my honor. I think I have one of the backgrounds with the logo. So anyways, if you're interested in that, I encourage you to inquire, ask me questions, book a call. So if you adhere to the right attitudes for 3 months, 6 months, a year, people will not recognize you. Your whole life will change if you dedicate that time to yourself. In 5 years, your entire nature, your health, popularity, your bank account, everything in your personal world will be made over. The increase, improvement, and expansion of everything in it will be beyond belief. Ain't that the truth? 5 years ago, let me go down memory lane. What was 5 years ago? 2024. 5 years ago, 2019. That's when I started my journey, like getting serious with this. Like I said, I've been studying philosophy, psychology since I was 19, self-help, personal development, watching the YouTube videos, but I did not really start taking it serious and really invest in myself. I think the first program I invested in was $2,000, and I thought that was like, oh my God. I think of it totally differently now, and it's worth every penny, every penny. But that's the difference. People who are willing to invest in themselves. You start hanging around different people. It's a whole new vibration, a whole new frequency, a whole new floor. It's penthouse. It is penthouse frequency and vibration. So 2019. You know what? That's so funny. September of 2019. That was literally like right before I made that leap. Wow. I have since got licensed as a psychotherapist, gotten 6-figure salary, have left that. Well, part-time, started a coaching business. Now I'm a principal teacher at the Napoleon Hill Institute. I'm 6 years sober. I really don't deal with anxiety or depression anymore. I mean, those inner wins are the biggest wins. And that's what this work does, truly, living from the inside out. I travel a lot. It's like, I teach for a living. I mean, I remember it was probably, like 5 years ago. 2019, around that time. I remember sitting at my desk in my apartment in LA, and I'm like, I just like a deep prayer. I was like, I just want to study. I just want to read for a living. I just want to share this material, what's changed my life and what excites me with the world. I want that to be my job. And in that moment, I felt it. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know when, but it's here. It's now. You're watching it. This is my life now. So, when you hear stories about does this stuff work? Yes, it does. Right? So get around people that believe it and who have results. Okay. All right. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Okay. So in 5 years, your whole life will change. Yes, it will. A long continued attitude of mind, whether it be strong or weak, lovely or evil, invariably creates conditions in conformity with it. In doing so, it develops from stage to stage like a disease, showing that, wait, hold the phone. Okay. So I think she's talking about a negative attitude. A long continued attitude of mind, whether it be strong or weak, oh, lovely or evil, invariably creates conditions in conformity with it. In doing so, it develops from stage to stage like a disease does, showing the symptoms as it goes along with which are accompaniments of that stage and passing to others in an orderly and inevitable progress. That's so true. So if your long-held attitude is strong or weak, lovely or evil, good or bad, it creates conditions, just kind of like a disease. It grows and grows, and you have symptoms. You show symptoms. So before I would show symptoms of anxiety, depression, addiction, and that caused internal turmoil, emotional dysregulation. I would be irritable, hypervigilant, snappy. Those are the symptoms, and people would experience those symptoms. It was contagious. That's what I surround myself with. But now, I am experiencing, let's see, symptoms that people, peace, joy, levity, happiness, sobriety, peace of mind. Yes, I'm human and there's still moments that happen, but I know how to get back here. That's what this work does. It's so good. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to have this community. You have no idea. It's changed my life. We were just talking about stories of, we have these miracle mornings calls, 5:30 a.m., a part of the Napoleon Hill Institute. And they start with like meditation and gratitude, and like people's lives are being transformed just by joining these calls, which we offered for free, right? But it's originally the self-discipline camp. So we had a miracles morning for like a month, but it's the self-discipline camp. And I know a lot of people, well, some people like, they don't like the word discipline, or like, I don't want to schedule, I don't want to be disciplined, I'm going to feel like bogged down. That's a lie. Because guess what? The universe works in precise laws, through precise laws, the law of polarity. If you want freedom, what's the opposite? Structure, discipline, focus. If you want to experience freedom, you must have some sort of discipline or focus in your life. It can't be one or the other. Not one's better than another. But you know what's right for you. What does a structure and a discipline look like for you? It might not look like David Goggins, right? It might look, it might have, there be a different version of it. But a version there must be. If you want that freedom, there must be, by law, some sort of structure. And that's something that I really realized for myself. I wanted calm, peace, and freedom, but I didn't want to like be bogged down and have a 9 to 5 and have a structure. Not that you have to have a 9 to 5, but some sort of structure, right? Now that I have my more free time and I'm kind of like a freelance, like I have my own business, it's like, I need to make my own schedule. No one's going to make it for me. Like, I know what time bedtime is and I need to go to bed. Like, I don't stay up past 11 or midnight or whatever. I used to. And then I would wake up late and get my day started late, and I would be behind and feel, lazy, and oh, there goes the day. So where can you practice more structure and discipline for yourself? And you decide. So the word discipline is not like you're being disciplined and punished. It's more like you're being a disciple of your dreams, of your goals. So where can you be more disciplined? Where can you be more of a disciple towards the life that you want, right? I love that. All right, I'm just going to go on a little bit more because it is late and these lights are hot and it's warm in here. Okay. So when we have this long continued attitude, it grows and grows just like a disease, whether it be a good disease or a bad disease, right? And we have the symptoms of it and people experience it and it's contagious. What you say and do today, regarding any particular thing are symptoms showing what stage you have reached in the development of the inner mood regarding that thing. So what you say and do today regarding anything, they're symptoms. So your actions are just an effect. They're just symptoms of a deeper cause, of a disease. It could be a good disease, like I got the disease to learn and to share and to create. I love it. It's like an addiction, a good addiction, because we're all addicted to something. What are we addicted to? Health, service, creating, or judging? Only we can take that inventory of ourselves. That's what I love about this book. She really asks us questions. It invites us to look within and take that inventory because it is all about the inner world. So what you say and do today regarding any particular thing are symptoms showing what stage you have reached in the development of your inner mood regarding that thing. So anybody we see, how they act, what they do and what they say, is a cause of an inner effect, thought, mood. The man who has put evil out of his mind, who forgives and forgets, shows by unmistakable signs that no destructive feeling rankles in his heart. So the man who has put evil out of his mind, who forgives and forgets, shows by unmistakable signs that no destructive feeling rankles in his heart. But he who only pretends to have conquered these feelings while secretly nurturing them betrays himself, whether he speaks of it or doesn't speak of it at all, is silent. Let's talk about that a little bit. So to forgive and forget, a lot of people say, well, I hear this phrase and I'm not a fan of it. I'll forgive, but I can't forget. I get it. And depending on what it is, it can seem harder to forgive certain things. I get it. However, what would it take for you to forgive the whole situation? Would you be willing? Maybe you're not ready, but as A Course in Miracles states, which is all about forgiveness, I'm willing to see this differently. No matter how terrible something was in your life, no matter how bad someone treated you, be safe, have boundaries, get help if you need it. But if someone was just a monster to you, I know it's hard, like feel your feelings, right? Let it up. But in time, if it starts running your life, ask yourself, like, why did that person act that way? Like people, their actions are a reflection of their moods, what's going on. And it's not our responsibility, but they didn't act like that because of you. They acted like that because of them. And we found ourselves in those situations. And what seed of equal or greater benefit can we find in it? Because what's the other option, right? Just feeling powerless and like a victim. I mean, I've been there. It's the most powerful work you can do. Dr. Joe Vitale, the president here at the Napoleon Hill Institute, talks about the Ho'oponopono method. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So just be willing to see the situation differently, be willing to see the person differently. Ho'oponopono it. Forgiveness work is one of the biggest things when it comes to feeling alive. It's beyond the law of attraction, but it's the biggest thing when it comes to the law of attraction. If you want to attract the life you want, you must forgive. And it's hard, but it's the most rewarding work. So forgive and forget, but have boundaries. Forgive and forget. Because A Course in Miracles has very interesting takes on that. And I do readings on A Course in Miracles on my YouTube channel. And it's not for everybody, but if you're ever interested in A Course in Miracles, they're on my YouTube channel. I'm reading each lesson every day. And it comes with A Course in Miracles is like, forgive everybody for everything always, right? Be normal, have boundaries, keep yourself safe. But forgive. Don't hold that grievance. Don't hold that grudge. Don't hold unforgiveness in your heart. And just let it go. Just let it go. Find a way to let it go. Anyways, I can go into a lot of tangents, but that is a deeper topic, and I'll save those for my Course in Miracles calls. But all right, we'll end here. So it says, the man who has put evil out of his mind, who forgives and forgets, shows by unmistakable signs that no destructive feeling has his heart. But he who pretends to have conquered these feelings while secretly nurturing them betrays himself, whether he speaks or keeps silent. Speaking of silence, what you noted, or have you noted, that there are many sorts of it. So speaking of silence, have you noted that there are many sorts of it? There is the silence that is truly golden, the one that is laden, and many other kinds. But there is no silence that does not talk. Ain't that the truth? What it tells is the mood of a person in question. Silence tells the mood of the person in question. Silence tells the mood of the person in question. So when you're just, we talked about vibrations, picking up with our sixth sense. Napoleon Hill talks about that in Think and Grow Rich. We can pick up people's thoughts, their feelings, their vibrations. We may not know exactly what they're thinking, but we can feel it, right? So silence is never truly silent. There's so much information in silence. And that's why it's important to get silent with ourselves, because there's so much under the hood. When do we ever get quiet and listen? I'm doing more of that. I have to remind myself. I get off track all the time. As Napoleon Hill says, we can drift. We can drift. So if you find yourself drifting, join that workshop. And if you register and you can't make it, you still get the replay. So Drifter to Leader workshop. It is this Saturday, September 28th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Cleona O'Hara, the CEO of the Napoleon Hill Institute. We are going to talk about the biggest blocks, self-doubt, fear, negative self-talk. And we're going to talk the remedies to clean that up. So referring to the books, Think and Grow Rich, The Six Ghosts of Fear, and then Outwitting the Devil, how darkness, the devil, whatever darkness really shows up in our life. It's so insidious. It'll get you, man. It'll get you. So if you're feeling low, just know that you're human. You're going to be okay. Just keep going, right? Just keep listening to YouTube videos. If my work resonates with you, I have so many playlists. And just listen to good things. Fill your ears with good, positive words, good things. Reprogram your subconscious mind. When I find myself in a dark place or, feeling funky, when I'm like going to a new level and I fall, I do not trust my mind. I do not let her quiet for too long. I play things immediately in the morning. I will fill my ears with a YouTube, a podcast, music, affirmations, anything. Usually it's affirmations. I love my Superhuman app. If you have not heard how much I love the Superhuman app, I think you could get 2 weeks free, but it's worth the investment. I love it. Mimi Bouchard, I believe her name is. She is such a cutie. I love her so much. I love that app. It's life-changing. But I fill my ears with that every morning. You know what I'm listening to right now? And I'll end this because it's bedtime. Let me put this away. Here's my shoebox. Remember, if you watch that video, I use a shoebox. And I have my book stand that I keep over here. That during the coach's call today, I had my coffee with cream ready to go. I'm looking at a coffee stain right now. And I spilled all over my precious notes. Let's go over them together. Let me get my Zoom screen. I can't see myself. Look at my beautiful bird on the branch. She's now covered with coffee. What else did I have here? I had the way you shift frequencies, this is the what if up. You're one what if away. What if it all works out? Anyways, the bird and the branch. That's a whole concept of you're the bird, life is a branch. We count on the outside world too much. So say your bank account, your relationship is a branch. And when we lean too much on the branch, say your partner leaves you or something happens or, you lose your job, the branch breaks. Are you going to die? No, you're a bird, you have wings. So don't have faith in the branch, have faith in your wings. No matter what, anything on the outside that falters, the branch, you're going to be fine because you have wings to fly. You're not going to fall to the ground. I just love that metaphor, and I like that drawing. I'm going to keep it even though it's covered with coffee. This is another note I have whilst we go through it. It says, what's best for you? When I have a lot of clients who say, their family deters them from going after their goals. And they say, they just want what's best for me. They say, I just want what's best for you. And I have this note here. What's really happening is what's best for you is really what makes them feel safe. So, of course, they love you and they think they want the best for you, but really what they want is to feel safe. They don't want you to change. They don't want you to take risks because it makes them feel uncomfortable. So, what's best for you is really what's makes them feel safe. Okay. Anyways, I can go over all of these notes. Drifter to leader. Look at my terrible coffee stain notes. I'm going to have to redo these notes because these are precious to me. Okay. I write all of my thoughts down. Here are all my notes for the day. Look at my poor. I need to order more post-it notes. I'm a post-it queen. I have post-its everywhere with positive things. Okay. I was going to do one more thing and I'm listening to Don Green's audiobook. He has a book and an audiobook. It is fantastic. This book is fantastic. A Millionaire Vision: How to Create the Life You Really Want by Don M. Green. This book is fantastic. I have about an hour left. No, I'm on track 7. It's so good. And we have a secret special something coming up for this. So keep an eye out for us here at the Napoleon Hill Institute and Mr. Don Green. It's a really, really good book. I love him so much. Anyways, okay, I gotta go to bed. Join the Drifter to Leader free workshop this Saturday. All of the information will be below. If you are interested in joining a coaching program and you really want to change your life, there's an 8-month program at the Napoleon Hill Institute with yours truly. And if you really want to transform, it's so powerful. It's daily calls, except for Saturday and Sunday, but some people do run calls on Saturday and Sunday. So if you really want a community, want to be held accountable, and you want to totally reprogram your subconscious mind, message me, book a call. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And until next time, this is video 8. Elsie, Lincoln, Benedict, how to get anything you want. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful